Alright, welcome back to As a Reincarnated Aristocrat anime review, episode number 7. Yes, we're back with this one. First time, not that long per se. No. How long has this been since I watched the last couple episodes of the previous season? Well, one thing finally gets moved here. Here we go. The last time officially was only back in July. Yeah, so it's only been a few months. So, last season left off basically where we have Ars's group with a new character, Miltias, I think her name is, where she just joined the group. And basically they're on their journey on the way to the town of Stepatel, I think it's called. It's a big fortress town, so they're on the way there in basically Ars's carriage. Charlotte and Matthias were riding on top, and of course we had to discuss upcoming. Of course, they can relax if they're a problem, and of course to make a stop by because there's ocean nearby, and apparently Charlotte's never seen the ocean, so they stop by at the beach. Yes, the beach, where only Ars and Miltias is not the only one not going in the water, so they go. Of course, you have Charlotte basically doing a big explosion in the water, and calls the beach, and of course, then they arrive at the castle, which of course they all arrive, and they of course some people are like a little surprised the fact he's there because, well, he's the lord of a small town, a small residential area, and they're like, why is he here for? He runs a small town. Well, Gordon comes in, basically is like, oh, hi. And everybody's trying to find he knows him. And, of course, basically, everybody's reluctant because the fact he's very young. He's a kid. They apparently don't trust him because he's a kid. So then they have the war council. They have him basically where they have him sit up front and have his retainers all sitting. Now, I'm glad the fact they have this because it would be quite uncomfortable for them all just be all standing there. Just like, why are you all standing for? Give them chairs. So then, of course, they figure out a way to, speed up the war and the fact that, the enemy, who is actually Corazone's brother, of course, they actually don't trust her because her brother is an advisor to the enemy. And, she pointed out late last season that she has not seen her brother in quite some time. She has nothing to do with him. So, and plus, also, she was an advisor to the previous governor. So, of course, she knows some stuff. So, and of course, one of the losing nobles, some new nobles, basically joining his side. So, one of the generals there suggests, why not just do a full-scale attack on this town, on this one of the fortress towns who less defended of Barbados, and hopefully win that way. And I think it was Militis stepped in and said, yeah, that's actually a bad idea, because if you do that, who's going to defend this town? And, of course, basically, also that Reed steps in, basically suggests an interesting idea to get a neighboring province on their side. But they're like, how are they going to do that? Simple. An intermediary. Who was the intermediary? The Emperor of Somerset. Of course, they all will know they want to become an independent nation anyway, so they got to find a way to convince them with a bribe to get them on their side. And, of course, basically, one of the Corazone's advisors basically is going to help them. So, Ars thinks, I know a good idea. Let's have his fiance basically discuss negotiations. So, they apparently, he sent her a letter, and, she opens the doors for him, even though one of the buttons like, that's my job. And, of course, basically, her father, Hammond, is there, and, of course, they show stuff around. Of course, you first see her where she's watering flowers. I'm surprised she doesn't sneeze like the common gag as animates. Oh, someone's talking about somebody in another place, and someone just sneezes. So, after showing around the area and around the little town, making some good friends, then they go to her greenery, her greenhouse, flowers, and basically he proposes to her that she negotiate with the Emperor Somerset to get this particular, of course, the admissions off screen, but she has one thing in return. Let's get married after the war. And Ars is like, no, let's not wait after the war because when the war's going to end. Let's get married right now. and she's been shocked by it, and she accepts the problem. Her father's like, "What? You want to get married now?" And of course, she's like, "I'm doing it. I'm very determined." He's like, "Fine, do what you wish." Oh, there's a really cool, interesting scene of him, and Reitz, who's the Milliken. Yeah, doesn't matter his birthday as long as he's a good person. So, then of course they settle with the feast, and that's the episode. And next episode, yeah, it looks like she's going to be going on a ship with ours. But by the way, there's a post-credits scene where she meets up with the spy they met previous season, who is a guy who was dressed as a woman, who's the head of this information group that Reitz mentioned last season. So they have to convince. So of all the retainers, because they think these retainers are sources of corruption throughout the whole entire country, so they suggest bribing this one minister who has the most power to convince the MR7 to intervene to have this neighboring province help them on this war. That looks like the next episode, because the next episode is called Negotiations, which should be interesting to say the least. But I am very much looking forward to that. And so far, got a good start for this one. Yep, everybody got plenty of lines. And one thing I saw some dub coming out for this one, like, wait, I thought it was English dub. Nope, it's Dutch dub. I think as far as I can tell, let's see. Yeah, does she? So it's still no English dub yet, but I'm sure probably it's going to be an English dub. Oh, I'm sure of it. Will I watch it? Yes. Yes, I will. Whenever it releases, of course. I'm not sure exactly who's going to do in the cast. I mean, if I pick anybody, I'd say that who will go voicing ours, given how nervous Giddy is. I don't think Todd would do it per se, no. I'd say Todd's probably good for the Milliken. Yeah, I'd say for that one. I wouldn't mind seeing Colleen in this series, probably voicing Charlotte and maybe a young boy, who knows. I'll find out eventually when the dub comes out for this one. If they do, in fact, release English stuff for the series, okay? So yeah, that's a particular view. Please be sure to like, comment, subscribe, turn notifications, and do not hit the like button. Next up, basically, is Fairy Tail 100 Years Quest. Okay? For next video, bye.